What is going on, guys? N1njaHawks here. Today I'm going to be doing the top 5 worst perks in COD Zombies. For this list I'll be going over all the worst perks in the COD Zombies franchise, where it comes down to just being completely useless or the least best of the bunch. These perks will definitely be on the must avoid list. So without any further said, guys, let's get into this. Coming into the number 5 spot, we have Meal Kick. Meal Kick is one of those perks that, in theory, should definitely sound like the best perk. But, however, once you lose that third gun of yours, guess what? All hope's lost for your third gun, so you gotta get it all over again. Fine, yeah, you probably spent too much points that you could have pack punched 2 weapons. Oh yeah, if you want to get to your third gun, you gotta have this awful cycling through your gun section, and it just feels so painful. Not just that, but I've been cornered many times doing so. So yeah, this is really a trap. And you're better off buying everything else instead of this. Coming into the number 4 spot, we have Double Tap 1. Have you ever wondered what putting too fast a fire rate is like? Well, Double Tap 1 definitely gives you the answer. No reward, way too risky, and all around crap. Super fast fire rate for no reason, and the only time it's ever useful is on the ray gun and the DG2 Wonder-Off, but by then, guess what? You're better off using them without it anyway, and plus, I mean, it saves way more ammo on higher rounds. As for 2.0 Double Tap, I didn't include that because it's amazing, but this one, Double Tap 1.0, it's not. All around terrible, and you're better off using your ammo on other things anyway. Plus, the machine looked like crap. And hell, I even thought of that when I was young too. So anyways, let's move over to the next perk on the list. Coming into number 3 spot, this used to be number 1, Tombstone. Once upon a time, there was a perk called Tombstone. Everybody hated it. The end. Jokes, that's not the end, guys. But anyways, so what makes Tombstone really bad, you may be asking? Quite simple. You get to keep all your perks and guns. But the risk is that you lose absolutely everything if you refuse to hold X. That sucks. So yeah, good luck buying everything all over again. Oh yeah, and if you do want to hold X, guess what? You die and have to spawn in the next round. Sounds cool if you have the right setups on town, but one problem. Why would you do it on round 87 when zombies are sprinting like bloody Spartans on steroids all over the place? Plus, not just that, but who even uses it on transit? Yeah, one of the worst maps of all time. Introduce this perk. Great. One ugly abomination, right? Well, anyways, Tombstone is a horrible perk, and you can pretty much see why once you actually play the game, but yeah, it's so risky, why bother? Anyways, I was going to put this number 1, but because I found 2 worse perks, they are even worse than this, and I cannot believe it, and I'm going to show you guys anytime soon. So anyways, Tombstone definitely deserves the number 3 spot, and also deserves to rot in hell where it belongs and be pissed on that bloody Tombstone grave. Coming into number 2 spot, we have Shale Blitz. No, I'm kidding. Let's call it by the real name because if World War II Zombies, it's called Shield Lightning. Dumb idiots that came up with that name. You won't believe this, I could not find any picture for this. I actually had to go to Codename Pizza, and guess what? his reaction to this is so dumb. Like what? Saying that it's good on early rounds? Yeah, right. Okay, what if I was to take this to round 20? It's useless. Oh yeah, for anyone that wants to defend this like, oh, it deals damage, well guess what? Electric Cherry deals damage, and guess what? This is a clone of it. But instead of having the electric effect that stuns the zombies and, you know, lets you get out of a horde or possibly make training heaps better, this perk, Shade Blitz aka Shield Lightning, does none of those things. It just does 0.1 damage. And it's so little that, in fact, I actually had to reload 35 times on round 20.
Round 20.
Just to kill a zombie. It was that bad. Oh yeah, round 30, it never works. And for anybody that claims this is useful, for anyone that claims this is so useful, they have to be the dumbest human in the world. They have to be like dumber than Donald Trump bad, or eat all the worst human beings in the world level of things to say this is good. Like, I'm not kidding. I had to do it for that many times on round 20, and it was that bad. Plus, it doesn't even save you anyway or give you good stuff out of it. So really, it's an all-around horrible perk. And for 2,000 points, yeah right, this perk should be free. Because that way, I don't expect anything. But guess what? It's not. And even then, it wouldn't matter because it's still absolutely horrifically electrifying crap. Anyways, without any further said, guys, let's go over to the dishonorable mentions. Starting things off, we have the random blitz machine, aka perk machine, from World War II Zombies. And what's bad about this? Well, it's random, and random is never anything you want in zombies. Yes, I could include secret sauce, but they're pretty much the exact same thing. Just the only difference here is that it's not a perk machine that's, permanent to inventory, but yeah, even then, it's still horrible and equally as bad. Going into another dishonorable mention, we have Slappy Taffy. Pretty much, it's a Bowie knife, but as a perk, but 2 times worse. And yeah, it's just god-awful. But the only reason why it's not on the list is because you can build up some points out of it, but unlike, let's say, Shield Lightning, which is completely garbage here, it's a little bit useful on early rounds, but why would you do that when you got an SMG? Next on the dishonorable mentions, we have Stone Cold Stronghold. This sounds awesome. Have a perk that's designed for camping. This sounds great, but one problem. There are no maps in BO4 where you can camp. Useless. Oh yeah, not just that, but you have to be in the circle, and the armor you get is so small. And when you get the modifier, it doesn't do that much more. And while it is a little bit more helpful, but there's one problem. This would have been good if it was on Deriz or a map that's designed for camping, but because there are no camping spots, it's useless. And plus, if I was to compare them to the other perks in COD Zombies, this would be easily overshadowed and definitely on the dishonorable mentions anyway. Another perk on the dishonorable mentions list, we have Deadshot Daiquiri BO3 version. Once upon a time, this was useful in BO1 and 2, but when it moved it to BO3, somebody decided to change the entire formula for it and completely destroy it. Doesn't snap onto heads, doesn't make you aim better, so what's the point of using this perk? But man, the only reason why it's not on the list is because there's even worse perks. Moving over to Deadshot's brother, we have Deadshot Dealer, and when you believe it, it's the exact same thing, just with a modifier, and there's nothing else to say from there. Going into the third last dishonorable mention, we have Winter's Whale. Doesn't that sound familiar? It's Winter's Wine, but without actually dealing any damage. It's useless, and not just that, but it's not even that helpful, unlike Winter's Wine. Plus, the modifier only gives you 2 more grenades, and yeah, you're just better off using almost anything besides number 1 over this thing anytime soon. Next on the second last dishonorable mentions, we have Trailblazers. Now this sounds awesome, have a sliding perk. Big problem is, on medium rounds, it starts to actually become useless on like killing zombies. Now I know I'm gonna get the person saying, but Electric Cherry has the same thing, but the biggest problem here is Electric Cherry is so useful in Mob Dead that I would still use it even on round 130 because it actually saves my life. Here, let's try and do the same thing with Trailblazers. Oh wait, it doesn't do dick all. Not just that, but the flame effects don't even stop the zombies like Electric Cherry with the electric effects, so really, all you're doing is you're earning a lot of points, which by the way is the only reason why it's not on the list, but otherwise, outside that, it's pretty pointless and don't even buy this perk. What can I say from the people that made the worst game ever? The last dishonorable mention, we have Who's Who. So, what does Who's Who do exactly? When you die, you come into that mode, but only with an M1njaHawks. Are you kidding me? No perks, so if you die in Who's Who mode, guess what? You are effed. And if you are playing on solo, it's game over. But the only reason why it's not anywhere close on the list is because it can actually be useful on solo when you have no quick revives left. Otherwise, you're playing on co-op, avoid this perk. Coming into the number one spot, definitely on the worst perks on COD Zombies, definitely this ugly piece of ass, Depth Perception. So, what's useless about Depth Perception without the modifier? It does absolutely nothing besides letting you see zombies in that colour from short, medium and long distance. Wow, that was so helpful, you know. When I booted up the game for the first time, I never found it useful the moment I actually had the perk on me. Yes, and I didn't even look any of this stuff up. I found it instantly useless. Even more useless than Tombstone. Because Tombstone is definitely awful outside town, but at least I could actually find a reason to use it. Here, there is not a single use of it whatsoever. Oh, but N1njaHawks, there's the modifier. It allows you to do extra damage against zombies and the bosses. Well, guess what? I tested it and I could not notice a single difference whatsoever. Oh, but it's pretty good for high rounds. Well, guess what? I actually went to round 40, round 30, and wouldn't you believe it? There is not one use for it whatsoever. In fact, I noticed that it does absolutely no difference in the damage. What a pathetic lie. Thanks, C-word visions. Anyways, so this perk is so god-awful that there is not even one use for it whatsoever, even with the modifier. What a pathetic excuse, and definitely deserves the F- Academy Award for being the real piece of vest. Anyways, Depth Perception definitely deserves the number one spot and definitely deserves to be wiped out from existence with the Infinity Gauntlet.